Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is going to be my attempt at a video diary, video journal, whatever you want to call it. And really the only time I have to do it is while I'm driving home from work. Oh, I'm going to have to get a new mount or something because that's going to be all sorts of shaking. Anyway, okay, just drive. Camera's over there, it's fine. So, I'm going to put this up on YouTube just as a way to archive everything. But, you know, if anybody is ever interested to watch it, feel free. But it's really for my own benefit. This idea was born out of a couple of things happening in my life. Kind of a culmination of ideas, really. The first idea, like, I guess the seed for this idea was that I, for the past like 2 months or so on Facebook, yeah, that's the only social media I have, so I don't care. On Facebook, I have been posting 1 page a day out of the Ryan Reynolds coloring book. And it's actually been kind of cool to do. Like, you know, I don't get a whole lot of like traction with it or anything, but it's just something that kind of makes me smile, gets me, you know, I'm excited to do it every day. I look forward to doing it the next day and the next day after that. I'm coming to the end of that book. And I thought to myself, well, what could I do now? Like, what's next after this? Because I don't want to, I guess I don't want to let go of the structure, the repetition that it has provided. You know, some sort of just routine that I have every day. Because I love routine. I think most people love routine. It makes me feel good when I do it. That's really dark. Okay. Well, we'll figure this all out in time, right? Anyway, so that was the first idea. Or the kind of wondering what I was going to do next. And I thought about another coloring book. The second part of the idea came from a question that my therapist has been asking me for a while now, which is, what am I doing for myself? You know, like we sit and we talk in our sessions about all sorts of different things. We talk about things like just what's going on with my kids, what's going on with my life, different situations that I have to deal with. It's a lot of drama. I'm sure you will find all about the drama if you keep watching this. God, that was really dark. Maybe I'll lighten that up afterwards. We'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, so she's been asking me about this, you know, different things, and then she asked me this question, which was, what have you been doing for yourself? And for the past few times that she's asked me this, I'm just like, I don't have an answer for that. Like, I've just been so consumed with everything else that I've been dealing with that I really don't do anything for myself. And, you know, I sit there and think about what recreation I can do started thinking, well, what form of media do you consume more than any other, Adam? Like, what is the one that you enjoy more than any of them? I'm like, I mean, video games is the obvious answer, but I'm not going to make my life in video games. So I was like, well, I enjoy podcasts a whole lot. Like, so much do I listen to podcasts. I've become a very auditory person. And so I started, kind of dabbling with that. I'm like, okay, well, I can do a podcast. That would be kind of cool. And I looked into a few different, not podcast apps, but like audio journal apps, that type of thing. There doesn't seem to be any very good ones out there, which is fine. And then I work at Walmart, and I was cleaning up the notebook aisle. And let me tell you guys, that aisle is a disaster. They've got the journals over there, right? And there was this one journal. It was called, I've got it here. I bought it because that's kind of what I want to do. Is 5 years worth of, what was it called? I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's a 5-year journal that asks you a question a day. And I kind of flipped through it, and I like the questions that they've got in there. So I thought to myself, well, what if this becomes my new routine, where I answer one of these questions a day? Like, the content is being provided for me, externally. I don't have to come up with everything. I mean, I come up with what I say, but the theme of what I'm going to say is being provided by this journal. I was like, okay, well, that's something. And then to even further the idea, I thought, well, why don't I just put everything up on YouTube? I can make a video out of it. I can record myself on my way home from work, which is about like a 18 to 20 minute drive depending on traffic. And that would make a pretty good video. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This is my test video. I kind of wanted to test the audio and the quality of the picture, that kind of stuff. I'll probably, I don't know if I'll be able to change anything on this video in particular, but I think I'm going to put a filter on my next one, just so you guys can see me a little better. If anybody is even watching this. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm already acting like I have any sort of audience at all, which is just stupid, because I don't care if I have an audience. I'm not making it for anybody else. I suppose maybe it would be kind of fun for anybody who was watching to also answer the questions that I'm going through each day, ask them of themselves, and get a little internal with it. That'd be kind of cool. So maybe in helping relieve myself of some of the stress that I've got, and just kind of get outside my own head, I can help others as well. So yeah, that's my idea, and we're going to see how well it does. I think that trying to talk beyond 18 to 20 minutes at a time by yourself is something of a chore. It's not as easy as it looks. I think the only thing that will help me do this is having listened to podcasts for so many years now. I've got an idea of a cadence and kind of how to fill the void, or make sure that there is no void, for the listener slash watcher, and then we'll go from there. So once the USS Enterprise embarked upon a 5-year trek, then so shall I. Okay, I think I've rambled enough. So, yeah, I hope that anybody who does choose to watch this, maybe they'll get something out of it. If nothing else, maybe they'll just think it was a cool idea and do something like that themselves. So, yeah. Okay, I will wrap it up now. Bye, everybody.